a lot of my life I've been close to the Lord, but there was a couple years where I decided to take my own route. And I guess the biggest thing would be scattered, searching, had no direction, just kind of selfishly trying to figure out life and, fulfill my own desires and what I thought I wanted. And I guess it just kind of left you empty.
I think when you lose a victory, you lose, the peace, that you get from knowing Christ. I've gone through some rough times, I know, but Christ has always brought me back. Okay, that's the main thing, I've had some downturns, but the main thing is He's always been with me. He's been constant, Sometimes I'm not constant, but
Yeah.
He is always constant, and He never leaves us.
It's definitely more fulfilling. It's focused now, and there's a purpose. It feels like God has a plan for me, and He's not just going to let me scatter myself between different desires or wants or needs, or even things that are good maybe aren't in God's plan, and He puts you on a path that'll fulfill His purpose, not my own.
The main thing I want to do is to have Christ's will in my life, and the things I pray about, I always ask for God's will. I don't want Darrell's will. Okay, I want Christ to have His way totally in my life. Because He is my life. He really is. And without Him, I am nothing. And that's a fact. I mean, without Him, we are nothing. So I love Him, and I've loved Him a lot of years, and He's never left me, ever. Sometimes I have failed, but He has never failed.
Just that God's the Alpha and the Omega. That's always been part of who He is. And it explains everything. I mean, He created us, and He's going to sustain us, and He's the end to everything. He's the end to any pain or suffering, but He's also, the end to this world and the beginning of a new one. He was a servant, and He didn't need to be. And to come and humble Himself and to die for somebody that He knew would not listen to Him for a few years, and make mistakes over and over again and hurt Him like we have, is just amazing. So I guess His servanthood and His devotion to us.
I think the Easter story, the fact that He was victorious, okay, and through Him we can have the victory, and that to me is what it's all about. And one day, I want to be with Him, and we need that victory in our life, and He had it on the cross. He came off the cross and He rose, and so now it's up to us. If we want the victory, we have to stay close to Him.
Finish the sentence. Because He lives.
Yeah, you after me.
I have a future.
So because He lives. Say that with the whole thing. So
Because He lives, I have a future.
lives.
Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. And there are times when the days aren't always going well, but we know that if we stay with Him, and that He is going, He'll never leave us, and that's important, for us to know, not just to think about it. We have to know it in our heart that He will never ever leave us or forsake us, and I'm thankful for that. He has never left me.